You ever notice how your words just evaporate mid-air? You're talking, making total sense, but people's eyes glaze over like your background noise. It's not what you're saying. It's how you're packaging it. Your communication style is hemorrhaging credibility before your actual ideas even land. There are 6 specific patterns assassinating your authority every time you open your mouth, and you're probably doing at least 3 of them right now. Here's what's happening. These aren't personality flaws. They're linguistic habits that trigger instant dismissal in people's brains. The good news? Once you spot them, they're shockingly easy to kill. Let's get into it. Pattern 1. Qualifying everything. Stop cushioning your statements with safety nets. Every time you say I think maybe, sort of, or kind of, you're telling people to ignore what comes next. Your brain thinks you're being polite. Their brain hears uncertainty and tunes out immediately. Listen to yourself tomorrow. Count how many times you say I might be wrong, or this is just my opinion. You're pre-apologizing for having thoughts. Your boss asks for your input. You say, I'm not sure if this makes sense, but maybe we could. You just killed your idea before anyone evaluated it. Here's what you do instead. State it directly. We should launch in Q2. Now I kind of think we should maybe consider launching in Q2. Drop every qualifier for one full conversation. Just one. Notice how differently people respond when your sentences sound like statements instead of questions. Your words carry the weight you give them. Qualifiers: are you admitting you don't believe yourself? Why should anyone else? Pattern 2. Asking permission to speak. You're bleeding authority every time you ask if you can contribute. Can I just say something quickly? Or is it okay if I jump in? You're framing yourself as an interruption before you've said anything substantive. You're in a meeting. You've got the answer everyone needs. But you say, sorry, can I add something real quick? Versus just adding it. In a group conversation, you wait for the perfect pause that never comes, or you say I don't want to interrupt, but you already positioned yourself below everyone else. Just speak. Your ideas don't need an access request. If you're in the room, you've earned the right to contribute. Start with your point, not with asking if anyone wants to hear your point. Here's the move. Next meeting, when you have something to say, take a breath and just start talking at normal volume. Here's what we're missing. Not, can I say something? The first 3 times feel weird. By the 5th time, it's natural. People start looking to you because you sound like someone who knows something. Pattern 3. Sandwiching everything with apologies. You're wrapping every opinion in sorry. You send an email. Sorry to bother you, but could you possibly? You're not bothering anyone. You're doing your job. But you've trained people to see your requests as impositions. You need information from a coworker. You start with, I'm so sorry to ask. You're giving feedback. You begin with, sorry if this sounds harsh. You're requesting something you're entitled to. You lead with apologies for the inconvenience. Each sorry is a small surrender of authority. Stop apologizing for existing in professional spaces. Reserve sorry for actual mistakes. Spill coffee on someone? Sorry. Need information to complete your work? No apology needed. Replace the apology with the action. Could you send me those files by Thursday? Not, sorry to bug you, but if you get a chance, maybe you could send those files? Direct requests get faster responses and more respect. Your communication becomes a fraction of the length and 10 times more effective. Pattern 4. Burying your point. You're hiding your actual message under 6 layers of context. People's attention span is 7 seconds. You're taking 45 seconds of setup before you get anywhere near your point. They've mentally left the conversation. Your boss asks what you need. You start explaining the entire history of the project, every complication, all the background. 2 minutes in, you still haven't stated your request. Or you're telling a story to friends. You're setting the scene, describing everyone involved, explaining what happened last week. They're checking their phones before you reach anything interesting. Lead with the headline. I need 2 more developers for this deadline. Then add context if they ask. The craziest thing happened to me yesterday. Then tell the story. Give people the destination first, then the journey. Practice this today. Before you speak, identify your core point in 1 sentence. Say that sentence first. Everything else is optional decoration. Watch how much faster conversations move and how much more engaged people become when they know where you're heading. Pattern 5. Inflating everything with weak words. You're diluting your impact with empty intensifiers. Very, really, just, literally. These words feel like emphasis, but they're filler that makes you sound unsure. Your brain thinks they add punch. They add nothing. You say, this is really important instead of, this is critical. You say, I'm very concerned instead of, I'm concerned. The modifier doesn't strengthen anything. It signals you don't think the base word is enough. You say I'll just send a quick email when you mean I'll email you. Every weak word is dead weight. Cut them completely. Go through your last 5 emails. Delete every very, really, and just. Read them again. They're stronger. Your sentences have more snap. Strong words stand alone. Important is already important. Concerned already carries weight. When you stop propping up your vocabulary with weak supports, your actual words hit harder. This shift alone makes you sound more decisive and confident without changing anything about your personality. Pattern 6. Underselling with minimizers. You're shrinking your contributions before anyone evaluates them. I only worked on this for a few hours, or it's just a rough idea. You're giving people permission to dismiss what you're presenting. You finish a project. Someone compliments it. You respond, "Oh, it was nothing. I just threw it together." You're teaching them it has no value. You present in a meeting. You open with, "This probably isn't fully developed yet." You're framing it as incomplete before they've seen it. You achieve something. You deflect with "I got lucky" instead of acknowledging your work. Let your work speak. When someone compliments you, say thank you and stop. Full stop. No disclaimers. Present your ideas without prefacing them with warnings about their limitations. State what you did without diminishing it. Try this immediately. Next time someone acknowledges something you did, just say thanks. No, but it wasn't that hard, or anyone could have done it. Receive recognition without deflating it. You're not being arrogant. You're just not arguing against yourself. The real pattern. Here's what's actually happening. All 6 of these patterns have one thing in common. You're communicating that you don't trust your own value. People pick up on that instantly and unconsciously. Their brains mirror your uncertainty back at you. You're creating the dismissal you're trying to avoid. The fix isn't becoming someone else. It's removing the static between your actual thoughts and how you express them. Your ideas might be solid. Your communication style is sabotaging them before they land. Pick one pattern. Just one. Eliminate it from your next 3 conversations. Not all 6 at once. That's overwhelming, and you'll default back to old habits. Just catch yourself qualifying everything, or apologizing unnecessarily, or burying your point. Correct it in real time. By the end of the week, that pattern starts dying. People will listen when you sound like someone worth listening to. That's not about charisma or dominance. It's about communicating with the same confidence internally that you project externally. Remove these 6 assassins, and your words finally carry the weight they deserve. Start today. Pick one pattern. Kill it,